and I'm just going to drywall right over the top of it, mud it, sand it, get it ready to paint, and then get the flooring in, and this room will be ready to go. As you can see, I've got 3 sheets of OSB down. I didn't do any filming of it because it's kind of tedious and I didn't think you'd find it enjoyable. But I got to take this wall out. In order to get this last piece of OSB in down here, I've got to take this wall out, and I've at least got to get it cut out to here so that I can get the wall and get it insulated all the way to the outside of the room. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to do it with the handy sawzall and a crowbar. Hopefully I don't have to go out in the cold in the outbuilding and get the sledge. But let's see what we can do. All right, so I got the wall down, and I'm taking out the drywall that's on there, and this is what the old house used to have for insulation. So there's about 4 inches there, and then they had drywall, and what's that called, rock wool? Is that what that used to be called? But it's got a plastic, no, not plastic, that's tar paper. It's got paper backing, and the insulation is directly up against that metal. So I'm going to have to tear all that out. Luckily, it's only, 2 feet maybe? But I get that out and I'll be able to put my insulation in properly. All right. Well, back to work. All right, I'm back. As you can see, I got the wall torn out that I need to get torn out. Got the cleanup done. I got the rest of the floor in, except for that part right by the door. I'm going to wait until I tear that wall out to do that. Now the next thing we got to do is we got to patch up all those holes in the wall. So to do that, I'm going to use the Great Stuff Pro, which is the red stuff, not the yellow stuff that you normally use. And then we've got the gun on there that allows us to get into tight places and stuff. This stuff really seals it up well. And we use this anytime we're doing any builds that are of any consequence. Like the chicken coop's going to get a whole bunch of this stuff to seal it up to make it airtight and warm for the chickens. So let me do that. So any place that I see daylight is going to get squirted. All right. So I'm feeling air coming in behind those furring strips. So I'm just going to take this and run it down both sides of that furring strip and seal that off and get that airflow stopped. Okay, so I'm back. We've got our insulation. We've got the reflective foil on one side, just straight styrofoam on the other. I'm going to cut it, and I'll put it right in those gaps. All right, it's starting to get dark outside, and I'm not going to have any very good light to film for much longer. So what I did was I cut them to fit between the 2 furring strips, and then I'm taking this aluminum tape and just taping down the edges. And I can already tell right here that the breeze coming off this cold metal has has already stopped. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off right now, keep on working until I can't see, and then tomorrow I'll fire the camera back up and give you an update. So I'll be right back. All right, day 3 of this rehab. As you can see, I've got about 2/3 the inside wall built, got the insulation up. When I started this room was barely above the outside air temperature, and it's a good 50 or 60 degrees warmer. It's still a little chilly in here, probably lower 60s, upper 50s, but at least it's tolerable, and there's not a great big breeze flowing through. So I got to get this part of the wall done, and then my next task after that will be, let's see if I can get on it. So I am putting a door in, 32-inch door, right about here. I've got it. It's going to overlap this opening a little bit, so I got to tear the. It's not drywall that's on here. It's like old 1950s mason board type of stuff. But I got to tear that off, and then that'll let me see where the wall framing is, and I can start building the frame for the door and put the door in. And then once that's done, I'll plug this entire hole up and start working on the closet area, which is basically right where you're standing right now. Again, could not start until late in the day because had chores to do when I got home and had the JOB all day today. So I'm going to get on it, and I'll show you an update here as soon as I'm done with this next portion. Hey, I'm back. This is the final update for this video. I want to go ahead and close this out because we're at a point where once I finish the task today, I'm going to be transitioning into a different phase of the rehab on this room. So I just wanted to show you what I did. I was suffering from a sinus infection the past couple of days, so I didn't get work done at the end of the week. And then my son and his family came up for a late Christmas this weekend, so I didn't do any work yesterday. So it's Sunday, and I'm going to try to get some work done. Let me show you what I got done so far, and then tell you what I need to do. And as you can see, let's see if I can get a good view. We got the door put in. I had to cut some of the wall out and build a new header, put the frame in, and we got the door in. I still have to shim it up and make it so that it's all nice and plumb and square. I managed to frame this in so I can put some drywall in there. Once I do that, we're kind of at a stopping point because we got somebody coming to do electrical, and we're not quite sure next day or two, either this afternoon or later on this week, they're going to be here to do that. So I'm going to be at a stopping point while I wait for that to get done. All in all, it's been a good rehab so far. You know, it's taken me 4 or 5 days of working an hour or two every night to get it to this point. But I'm telling you, there's a good 60, 65 degree difference between this room and the outside temperature right now. I think when I was out there earlier, it was 14 degrees, and it's warm enough in here. I'm probably overdressed for the room. I'll probably be sweating here in a little bit, but it's going on. It's going really well. The next phase is, of course, getting the electrical in. We'll get boxes down along the walls here, and then over here on this, I'm going to cover this wall, make it so you can't see the window, and then I've got to build the partition wall right there for the closet. And once that's done, we can. I'm just going to take drywall and resheet everything. I'm not even going to take the old drywall off. I'm just going to do it right over the top of it. I know it's probably not the proper thing to do, but it's weird because part of this room is plaster, and another part is that old masonite board type of stuff, and another part is drywall. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff in here. I know everything's on 16-inch centers on the walls because I know that from tearing apart that wall we were just looking at. So I'll do that, and I'm just going to put the drywall right over the top of it, mud it, sand it, get it ready to paint, and then get the flooring in, and this room will be ready to go. And like I said, I'm going to close this video out, and I'll be able to film that stuff and show you how the progress on that when the time comes. You know what? It's been a good experience for me. Gives me more firsthand knowledge, getting my hands on the tools and actually doing it and becoming better at it. I highly recommend, if you've got any remodeling to do it yourself. You know, invest in good tools right now when you can, and learn how to do it, because there may come a time when you're going to have to do this under austere settings. All right? Till next time, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and let me know what you think of the rehab so far, and comment below. Just let us know what you think, you know, what any suggestions you might have. Most of all, I want you to go out there today and try to live a life done free. Grumpy G, Claire.
Thanks, Milo.